Hello Year 1s, it's lesson 32. You're joining Simone again, and let's have a look at yesterday's homework and get straight into it. So yesterday I had you do a bit of a word sort. I wanted you to look at the words that have sounds in them. And we know we can spell the sound in 3 different ways. We can spell it UR in surf, IR in bird, and ER in fern. I asked you to read and dive these words. Then I wanted you to write each of the words under the correct heading in this table. I wonder if yours is, mine's not too messy. If I made these lines a bit longer, that might be easier to read. So in my UR, I had blur, burp, curl, sturdy. IR, smirk, third, girl, squirm. Can you squirm, be squirmy? In my ER, herd, perch, her, and herd, as in a herd of cattle. Fantastic work. And you didn't have to draw a picture this week. But if I don't set you homework drawing a picture, I'm quite happy if you do. And you could even, send it to me. Or send me a photo of it or something. That'd be awesome. Time for some phonemic awareness. So let's have a wiggle. Let's turn our listening ears on. And we're going to play around and manipulate the medial sound. That's the sound in the middle of the word again. So let's go. Our first word is pert. 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 We're going to change to or. Ought. Port. Good job. Our next word is walk. Walk. I'm going to change or to work. That was tricky. Let's do that again. Work. Work. Good job. Our next word is hoard. Ord. Change or to Erd. Good job. Pork. Pork. Orc. We're going to change or to Irk. Next word, spurt. Spurt. Change to or. Sport. One more. Shirt. Shirt. Change to or. Short. Good job. That's not easy. You might want to rewind and have another practice and keep listening for those medial sounds and changing them around. Let's revisit some of the definitions we've been working on. I'm only going to do a couple today. So noun. A noun is a thing, person, object or concept. Can you say that with me? A noun is a thing, person, object or concept. Good work. Verb. A verb is the action part of a sentence. A verb is the action part of a sentence. Listen, it tells us something is happening or the state of something. It tells us something is happening or the state of something. The action part of the sentence. Let's review some of our digraphs. E consonant E, concrete, E. O consonant E, bone, O. U consonant E, cube, U. U consonant E, flute, U. A, R, car, R. E, R, fern, I, R, bird, U, R, surf, 3 different ers. Okay, let's have a look at some of those digraphs in some words and do some reading together. Let's start with our first word, barn. Verb, the action part of a sentence. Girl, girl. Barn, verb, girl. barn, verb, girl. Oh, we had this one last time, didn't we? Sun, sunburn, owie, sunburn. Swirl, swirl. Term. Sunburn, swirl, term. Sunburn, swirl, term. Oh, I like this one. 3 digraphs. Church. We know that word, car. What's this bit? Cartoon. We do like to watch cartoons. Well, I do. Fur. Church, cartoon, fur. Church, cartoon, fur. Fantastic. Were there any words there that you didn't know? Verb's our new word, isn't it? The action part of a sentence. Time to do some spelling. So you need to go and get something to write on, something to write with. I'm going to make a pause face. Get ready and... Are you there? Have you got your stuff to write with? Excellent work. Let's have a look. These are the sounds that we're going to be using today to spell our words. We have R, and Good grief, but don't worry, I will help you. Okay, our first word is party. Do you like going to a party and having lots of fun and a bit of dancing? Fantastic. Party. Say the word with me. Party. Party. P-A-R-T-E. P-A-R-T-E. E at the end of a word. Okay, let's go. P-A-R-T-E. Might grab my black texter. It's a bit easier for people to read. P-A-R-T-E. Party. I love going to people's parties. Give yourselves a tick if you wrote party like that. Our next word is mermaid. We could have a party and dress like mermaids. Oh my goodness, are you seeing a theme? Mermaid. Now listen to the word. Say it with me. Mermaid. Mermaid. M-A-D. Which is it, Simone? I will tell you. It's this one. Let's do our dots and dashes. A-D. Now, have a think. How do we spell the long A sound in the middle of a word? Do you remember? Mermaid. Did you spell it like that? If you did, give yourselves a tick. We cut that off, just got the word maid. Your mum, your dad, they're not your maids. Mermaid. Okay, let's go to our next word, girl. When I was little, I used to be a girl. Girl. Say it with me. Girl. 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 Have a go. Say it as you write it. Girl. And our very last word, turn. Say it with me. Turn. Turn. Easy. Let's go. Turn. Give yourselves a tick if you got that word right. Fantastic. I hope you keep a record of all of these because this is very important learning. Let's have a look at our new sound for today. So today we're going to be learning another, this is our final R-controlled vowel. So R with an O makes an OR sound. I like country or Western music. I don't really, but I'm trying to think of an example quickly. Or, O-R, fork, or. Can you say that with me? O-R, fork, or. Let's write that together. O-R, or fork. O, R, or fork. O, R, or fork. Fantastic work. Let's have a practice reading some words with O-R in them. If I can get the paper. It's a very, very, very useful digraph to learn. Oh, let's just make that neater. Here we are. Let's have a look here. Or, for. Check this out. Or, we put a k on the end. That's our key word. Fork. For. Ought. Sort. Uh-oh. Fork. Fork. We had it here. Anyway. For, sort, fork. For, sort, fork. Good job. Torn. Ought. Short. Or inform. Torn, short, inform. Torn, short, inform. Or form. Ork, cork. Op, or pop, corn. Form, cork, popcorn. Form, cork, popcorn. Good job. Can you see a word here that is another word for not tall? So we could say it's a synonym. It means the same as little or not tall. Have a look in this row. Did you read the word short? Good job. I can see another word up here. This is something I like to eat when I go to the movies. Can you find the word? Call it out. Let me hear you. What was the word? What was the word? Bottom row. Popcorn. And then it all gets stuck in your teeth. Popcorn. Yummo. Great. One more word. This is a word I use to eat my dinner. Not soup. It's no good for soup. But if I want to stab something, what utensil could I use? Look in the top row. Did you read the word fork? If you did, give yourselves a pat on the back. Fantastic work. Let's have a go at spelling some of these or words. So grab your pen and paper and up the top of your page, write or. Good job. So our first word is for. I made this for my family. For. Or. Say it with me. For. Or. Let's go. Or. Don't use my black. Or. Give yourselves a tick if you got it right. If you didn't, fix it up and change it. Our next word is torch. I like to use a torch if I go camping and it's dark. You ready? Or ch. You have a go by yourself. Try not to look at me writing it. Press pause. Or ch. Torch. Torch. Good job. Our next word is inform. I need to inform the teacher if I'm away from school. Inform. Inform. Say it with me. Inform. Inform. It or It or It or inform. And that's the start of tricky words like information, informative. There's lots of words we can build on that. Inform, to tell someone something. It's time now for us to look at a new word that is a bit irregular. Well, it's quite irregular really. This is the word. Our word is here. Can you say here with me? Here, here. Simone, which here do you mean? I can hear you. Not that one. Remember, this is homophones. We looked at homophones, so we've got here with my ear. We're not talking about that one. We're talking about look over here. We're looking at this one. So look over here. What's the first sound you hear? So say here with me. Here, here. Now, this next part is ear. How do we spell the sound ear? I'm going to show you. E-R-E. So the part of this word we need to learn by heart is E-R-E. So, on your paper, let's have a go at writing here together. So listen and watch me do it first, and then we'll do it together. We ready? Here. E-R-E. Or H-E-R-E. Let's go. Let's write it 3 times together, and let me hear you saying it as you write it. H-E-R-E. Here. H-E-R-E. Here. One more. H-E-R-E. Here. Good job. That's our tricky word. And I'm going to be adding here to our pile of tricky words. Okay. Fluency passage time. Oh, long one. We ready? On, at, a, on Saturday, or I, on Saturday morning, here's one of our tricky words, isn't it? I saw a big storm in the sky. It was, another tricky word, cold. So I did not put on my sport shorts. That's a funny sentence. I did not put on my sport shorts. Makes sense if it's cold. Look here. This is a bit special. You listen and see if you can work out what these little marks mean. Here is a long skirt for you, my mum said. Here, our tricky word is a long skirt for you, my mum said. When we read this again, we're going to read it slowly. We're going to make a voice. In between these sounds, they're called quotation marks or inverted commas. This is the part where the mum's speaking. So we're going to speak in a funny voice. Are you ready? You're going to do a funny voice with me? So first of all, let's just read it slowly together. On Saturday morning, I saw a big storm in the sky. It was cold, so I did not put on my sport shorts. Here is a long skirt for you, my mum said. Did you do a silly voice for the mum? Let's read it again one more time as if we were reading it from a story. You ready? On Saturday morning, I saw a big storm in the sky. It was cold, so I did not put on my sport shorts. Here is a long skirt for you, my mum said. Does your mum talk like that? I hope not. Don't let her hear you think that she talks like that because, she might have hurt feelings. What I'd like you to do is rewind that and have a few more practices because that's a really long fluency passage. And if you can read that along with me, that's fantastic for your reading practice. It's time for some dictation. So while I get organised, can you grab your pencil and paper again? And we're going to write a sentence together. Okay, here's our sentence. It was a short storm that night. It was a short storm that night. It was a short storm that night. Okay, let's write it together. It was. What do we need at the start of a sentence? Capital letter. It was. It's one of our tricky words. You have a look if you can't remember. W-A-S. It was a, what was it? It was a short storm that night. It was a short storm. Storm when? That night. It was a short storm that, this is the same I sound as the word light. You probably already knew that. And at the end of a sentence, a full stop. It was a short storm that night. How did you go? Give yourself a tick for every word because that's fantastic work. Let's just refresh our memories. Today we learnt the digraph OR in fork says or. Let's do some sky writing. We ready? O, R, or. O, R, or. O, R, or. Good job. And let's check out our homework. Today, we're going to just be doing some dot dash diving like we have before. So have a look at the word, read the word, or hold the word in your mind, on your paper, write the word, or, and then dot dash dive it. Or, sort, 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 sport, sport. And keep going until you've written all the words, including popcorn. Maybe you could make some popcorn for a bit of a snack later on today. When you finish your dot dash dive, write the sentence and draw me a picture. Let's read it quickly. Here is a torch to see in the dark and stormy night. That's it. Have a wonderful rest of the day. I'll see you later, alligator.